Hi all, today is the 23rd of June. Dave and I are just getting ready to leave this morning and we are headed back to Mexico, but this time we're going to mainland Mexico, and there's a whole backstory to why we are going back so soon, and maybe I will get into that at a later date, but I just wanted to take a minute to document this. Our house is looking pretty bare, especially over in the kitchen because we took all our spices, and we're not too far from blast off. Dave, you got anything you want to add to this intro video? Okay. We're kind of busy trying to get going here, so I think that's it for now. Hi everybody, it's June 23rd, 2020, and Dave and I are in Rio Texas. It's morning and we are packing up. We stayed at a Motel 6 last night, and now we are going to head to the Del Rio Acuna border crossing. And I've done a lot of research beforehand. I think we can make it. I don't think there's going to be any problem, otherwise we wouldn't be here. But that being said, these are uncertain times and who knows what we are going to encounter. And so needless to say, I'm a little bit nervous about this crossing, but we have to do it. We don't really have a choice because of Dave's medical problems. For those of you who don't know, the medical system in the United States is okay, and I could say a lot of things that are really ugly sounding about it because I have thought about this for the last 20 years of dealing with them, and it has finally come to a head. Like this war on opioids that they have started, that's basically the reason. So Dave's been a chronic pain patient for 20 years, and during that time we have had to fight for his rights, fight for his ability to have any kind of decent life. And now they have decided that basically if you want to get help from them, they want to basically control your entire life. And there's all sorts of things that are completely unreasonable that they're making people in this situation do. I guess some people, they're so desperate and they have no other alternative and they have to try. But even those people are having all kinds of problems, and there's people killing themselves over this. But anyway, I'm not going to go into more details about that right now, but that's the reason we have to go to Mexico, because in Mexico Dave can get what he needs over the counter just fine, and it improves his life 1,000,000%. Otherwise, I mean, every day is misery, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and he doesn't even really want to live anymore. So we have to go to Mexico where people are more free and treated more like adults. Well, let's see what happens today.
Hi y'all, I want to add this in after that clip that you just watched, where that was filmed back when we were, just before we were about to cross the border to come down to Mexico. And you can tell in there that I am upset about what is happening to Dave. He and I want to do a future video where we dive into more of the details about our experience with the medical system in the United States and why it has driven us to seek life outside the United States. Because I think it's important to talk about. I want to bring awareness to it because that's really the only thing I know to do at this point. I have tried many things to somehow make a difference, change things, get Dave the help that he needs, and it just doesn't work. It's like talking to a brick wall. So we had no choice, and we had a choice. We could have stayed in the United States and Dave would have been absolutely miserable, to the point where he was questioning his ability to continue living. And to know that the actions of the people in the healthcare are such that they are intentionally putting him in that position due to their policies it's horrible. I just wanted to add that, and hopefully we'll be coming up with this video where we try. It's hard for us to make this video because it's hard to talk about, and we don't like really thinking or focusing on it because it's just so negative, and we're trying to move on and live our lives the best that we can. I think that's super important. I just want to say that too, that continuing to, you know, be in the headspace of thinking about that situation, which it seems that there's just nothing to be done with it. Like, there's nothing that we can do. It's a closed door. You know, it'd be one thing if we felt like there was something that we could do to actually make a difference or change things, but it just doesn't seem that way. And so I feel like with something like that, it's best to put it behind you if you can, and overcome it however you need to, and move on. So anyway, yeah, like I said, we're going to try to do that video, but I'm not sure exactly when it'll be coming.
Okay, everybody, we're going across the international bridge and hoping for smooth sailing. I'm going to pull the Obi-Wan Kenobi on them and tell them that we get to just go and no one should ask us any questions. Dave, you have anything you want to add right now as we're fixing to go into Mexico?
Keeping an eye on the road.
Yeah. Okay. Rio Grande. Well, we made it in. They didn't even question anything. Like, I had all my paperwork ready and it was pretty quick and painless. And now we are in Acuna. Here's what it looks like early morning in Acuna. And we're about to try to figure out which way we need to go to get out of this town so we can get headed south.
Okay, let's pause for a minute from the video of us driving down, crossing the border, etc. And I just want to talk a moment about the crossing and stopping and going into the offices there to take care of our paperwork. I plan to do a standalone video to talk in more depth about the paperwork and the fees and all of the details surrounding bringing your vehicle and yourself into Mexico legally. So you're going to have to stay tuned for that. As soon as I get that video done, I will put a link in the description down below. So that will show up down below after that video is made. If you don't see the link down there, that video is not made yet, but it will be. So you should subscribe and then you will be able to see it as soon as it's uploaded. Anyway, when you cross the border at Del Rio Acuna, the building that you need to go into to take care of all this is located like right there. It's pretty easy to find. We got there first thing in the morning. We were first in line. We entered the building and the windows where this stuff is taken care of weren't even open yet. So we had to kind of stand around a little bit and wait for the people that were working those windows to show up. But as soon as they did, they got going on our paperwork, and there are two different things that you have to take care of if you are driving a vehicle into mainland Mexico. One is the paperwork for yourself, and you've got to have your passport, and you fill out a form that then gives you what they call a Forma Migratoria Multiple, FMM, and people from North America generally refer to this as your tourist visa. And that's what this document is. That's what it looks like, and you're issued that. They stamp it with the date of your entry, and they give you a time period for which this is good for. And we always ask for the maximum, which is 180 days. Anyway, need to keep those things. We just keep them with our passports. We've never been asked by anyone to see them, but better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. The second thing that you need to take care of at that building is the temporary import permit for your vehicle, and I will get into a lot more detail in the standalone video, but basically it's called the Permiso de Importación Temporal de Vehículos, and it is a document that is a couple of pages, basically like a receipt, and it looks like this, and you need to go over it and make sure that they get all of the information about your vehicle correct on it, and they get the information from all of your paperwork that you present to them. But we found out that this thing is very important. We were asked for this twice on the way down. Once when we were entering a toll road for the first time, there were some federales there who were stopping everyone and requesting to see their paperwork. So we had to show it to that guy. And then, as you'll see in the video as we go on, we actually got pulled over by municipal police in one of the towns, and they wanted to see this. So it was a good thing we had this readily available in our glove compartment. That's where I would recommend keeping it in your vehicle. This requires some fees and a deposit that's refundable so long as you follow the rules and get your vehicle back to the border in the right amount of time, etc. But yeah, I'll be covering all of that and our car insurance and stuff like that in a future video, so stay tuned for that. Now, let's go back to the rest of this video of us driving down into Mexico. I've said it before in other videos, and I'm going to say it again, but when you drive in Mexico, you should be paying attention to driving. Put your phone down. Do not be messing with other things while you're driving. You do not want to do that. It's a different kind of driving environment, and you need to be paying attention. A lot of the streets in these small towns are one-way streets, and sometimes the signs telling you which way is the right way are not really apparent. You've got to look down the street at what way the cars parked on the side of the road are facing. Another thing is it's probably a good idea to familiarize yourself with some of the Mexican road signs, common signs, what they look like, what they mean, before you go down there and start driving. That being said, don't be afraid. You can do it. So this is a toll booth that we are approaching. We went through many of these, and I'll have to tally up how much it cost us in total, but I think it was worth it. We took toll roads almost the entire way, and we did so because we had heard that the quality was consistently better and that we would make better time. And since we haven't driven any other way, I can't really say for sure if that is true or not, but I can say that we were very impressed with the quality of the roads. After having driven in Baja for a couple of years, I have to say that the roads in mainland Mexico seem to be in better condition overall, although Baja has improved their roads greatly in the last couple of years. It is June 24th, it's Wednesday, 2020, and Dave and I are in, I'm probably not going to pronounce this right, I should look it up, but I think it's pronounced Matehuala, maybe? Matehuala. And that is just north of San Luis Potosi. We are on our way to Lake Chapala area, and so far the trip's been pretty good. We did get pulled over by a policeman. That was in I can't remember. It was a bigger town, and we didn't do anything wrong because we had just seen the guy pulled over, like, dealing with someone else. And so when you see a cop, you always, or a lot of us, we tend to do everything super correctly. It's sort of a reminder. And anyway, we went past him, and he must have pulled out behind us. And we were trying to make kind of a turn and make sure we were going the right way, so we weren't really paying attention to what was going on behind us. And I noticed that he was back there, but he wasn't directly behind us, and he still had his lights on. And we've seen police before, and they have their lights on, and it just doesn't seem like they're doing anything, but, you know, who knows? So I just thought, okay, well, he's driving around with his lights on. Well, then we went through this intersection, and he pulled in behind us, and then he blew his little horn thing at us, so we pulled over, and he came up to the window and asked to see our vehicle import permit. It's called a temporary import permit, TIP, and yeah, we had it. We got it this morning when we crossed the border for our truck, and gave it to him, and he looked at it and took it back to his car and showed it to, there was two of them in the car, and showed it to the other guy. Came back, gave it to us, thanked us, and told us to have a good day. And so away we went. But that was our encounter with law enforcement in Mexico so far. So this will be like the 4th time that we have been in Mexico. The first time we have been in mainland Mexico, and that's our police encounter. Let's hope that is the worst that we ever have. So we are at a hotel that is really nice. Here is the room. It's kind of dark in here right now, but the grounds, they have a beautiful swimming pool, which we're probably not going to use, but it's been kind of raining and stuff almost the whole way down here, and it's getting late now. It's getting dark outside. There's a restaurant here and beautiful trees and grounds and everything. Very nice place. But we're gonna stay here tonight, get up in the morning, and hopefully make it to Lake Chapala area tomorrow afternoon. And that is what's going on. It is June 25th, Thursday, and we are on the road. We left our hotel this morning in Matawala. Probably pronouncing that wrong. Now we are southbound, and everything is a beautiful day so far. Everything is going good. We're making good time. We are 332 miles from our destination, and here's what it looks like around here. Really cool tree things. Like, they look like Joshua trees, but I don't think they're Joshua trees. Some of them are huge. There was one in the grounds of the hotel where we were staying that was it was as tall as a pine tree. I mean, it was just really enormous. So hopefully we will get to Ajijic sometime this afternoon. Hi everyone, it's June 25th, and we made it to Ajijic. We rented a place just for a couple of days so we can sort out our living arrangements for the longer term. And so I thought I'd give a quick tour of this place that we're at right now because it's really cool. And so here I'm at the gate to the street, and I'm not going to go out there because I didn't bring the keys, but you can see down the street. I'll show you more later. Maybe I'll insert it into the video somehow. But we got cobblestone streets, which are kind of bumpy, not gonna lie, and they're pretty narrow, and there's a lot of one way. But at any rate, there's the gate, and we managed to get our great big old pickup truck in here, believe it or not. But anyway, we made it in, and I don't know, that almost looks like a lime tree. Very cool. I haven't even looked around here that much yet, y'all, so we're exploring together. Okay, so we're in between two other houses, and this is real typical for like some of these small villages and stuff, or towns, where the houses are real close together. We got big, huge ficus trees. Let's go on here. Here is our little casita that we are renting. And let me shut the gate. Alright, look at the beautiful flowers. It's starting to rain. Cactus. Little patio. We're downstairs and upstairs. So let's go in. Well, that's it for this video. You got a little sneak peek of the Airbnb where we stayed when we first got down here. If you want to see the full tour of that,
keep an eye out for the next upload. That'll be coming sometime this week, and we'll answer questions about how much it costs, where it's at, etc. in case you want to come visit this area. Maybe you want to stay there. It was a really nice place, very cute, located in a great area, walking distance to everything. If you have any comments or questions about this video, you can leave them down below. We always appreciate hearing from you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a like, share this video. That's super helpful. Check out the description down below for links to our website, and sometimes we throw in additional things down there pertinent to the video. I guess that's about it. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.